Hi, it's Ashleigh from Sweet Dreams Bake Shop, and today is Vlogmas Day 16. We are going to be making French meringue cookie Christmas trees. But first, I'm going to open up my friend's calendar here. How adorable is this Regina phalange pin? I love it. It's going to look so cute. All right, so first we're going to start off with 2 room temperature egg whites. A generous pinch of cream of tartar. I never measure. All you need to do though is sprinkle enough all over the egg whites. Then add in whatever flavorings you would like. Powdered flavorings work with this too. And then add in whatever gel food coloring you would like. I always add it in at this point and not afterward, because if you do it afterwards, sometimes it can loosen up the meringue and ruin the texture. So the reason that I'm doing the French meringue method today, which we all know is not my favorite method is Italian meringue, but I know that some of us get a little bit intimidated by heating sugar, or you just don't want to have to take the time to heat the sugar and water on the stove. So this method is a pretty quick way of getting this done. Now you'll notice before I added in that powdered sugar, I really made sure that I had fluffy-ish kind of egg whites. Now they were kind of foamy a little bit. They're never going to get super shiny and fluffy, but that's what you want before you start adding in this sugar. You'll also notice that I'm using powdered sugar today. You can do the French method with granulated sugar, and I have done that in the past, but I find you get a way smoother texture when you use confectioners or powdered sugar. Now the French method is a little bit fussier in my opinion than the Italian method, because for the Italian method I can just set a timer and I know it's going to turn out the exact same every single time, whereas with the French method I find that heat and humidity do play a role. So you'll notice that I did ask you to use room temperature egg whites, because if you don't, it can sometimes whip up improperly. So that's why I think it's really important to use room temperature egg whites, particularly for the French method. You'll also notice that I am intermittently checking the peaks. You don't want soft peaks where it's kind of floppy, and you also don't want it too dry where it kind of becomes bubbly. You want it nice and stiff just like that. And what do I do with the leftovers that I can't get off of the beater? I toast it up and then I eat it like a toasted marshmallow. You can either use a large star tip, or you can use a French tip like this, or a multi-star tip. You can skip this step, but to add a little bit of pizzazz, I'm going to add some gel food coloring to my paintbrush, and I'm going to brush the inside so that when I put the meringue in afterwards, it's all going to come out striped. Get ready for some satisfying piping. Now I'm just going to explain how to do the first one, and then I'm going to let you just watch this part, because even for me it was mesmerizing. All you're doing is you're squeezing the piping bag and then lifting up, and then on the final peak you let go and you stop squeezing and you just lift straight up and down. The key with this is to keep your piping bag up and down and not angled. Add some light sprinkles of your choice. If you go a little bit too heavy on the sprinkle, then sometimes they can puncture the meringue as they bake. So I suggest a nice light sprinkle. Add a little star to your Christmas tree. And into the oven they go at about 190 degrees Fahrenheit. That is very low, but you want to cook these low and slow. Once they're fully baked, they should come off the parchment paper super easily. If they don't, that means they still need a little bit more time. Now you'll notice I got a slight bit of cracking on some of my Christmas trees, and that's because my oven does not have consistent temperature sometimes. So I think next time I would turn it down to 175 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're worried about the temperature in your oven, just test out 1 or 2 meringues before baking the whole batch. Other than a slight bit of cracking, which can be resolved, these cookies are nice and airy and light, and they're also gluten-free. If you want to keep them completely gluten-free, make sure that you double check what is in your sprinkles. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part of the Sweetie fam. Right now, I'm uploading daily because it's Vlogmas, but I also upload daily anyway. Also, don't forget to comment, request, or ask a question. I love hearing from you guys.